Welcome to a new episode of the 100X podcast, powered by Destination Abu Dhabi. My name is Dr. Mohanad Alwadiya, and I'm so happy to be the host of this exclusive episode. Buckle up, residents and wannabe residents of Abu Dhabi, because today on 100X, we'll be exploring the future of living in Abu Dhabi with a truly VIP guest. Straight from the helm of the Abu Dhabi Residence Office, His Excellency Hareb Al Mheiri will be joining us today to discuss how Abu Dhabi is gearing up to be a 100x better place to call home. Get ready for insights, initiatives, and maybe some insider secrets. Welcome, Your Excellency. We're very happy to have you with us today. And I just want to get to that topic immediately. As you know, the world is going through unusual times. For the first time in history, we're experiencing different levels of crises: economical, geopolitical, environmental, and even health crises. And the outcome is we're seeing a movement of migration. People are looking for safe havens all over the world. And Abu Dhabi and the UAE overall has become a favorite destination as a safe haven. Why do you believe this is happening right now?
Today, as a government, to have an organization which can take care of the investor requirement and needs from A to Z, this is something cannot be found anywhere. So talking about the role of Residence Office under Abu Dhabi Department of Economy and Development, attracting investors and also engaging the investor within Abu Dhabi ecosystem, basically taking the investor hand in hand to meet his requirement, to come over all the challenges he may have in the future. This is one of the reasons. And of course, I'm not going to talk about the safety. Everybody knows the safety in Abu Dhabi and UAE. I'm not going to talk about the strong economy. Recently, UAE government announced the 3.5 trillion GDP, correct, which is a big achievement. Yes. For the government. And also talk about Abu Dhabi specifically, 52% of the GDP from non-oil, which is very strong message. And this is what the investor will be looking for.
Of course. It's very impressive. At a short period of time, all of this has been achieved. Let's get more into the Abu Dhabi Residence Office. As the Executive Director, you are in charge of this office. Tell us about the story. What was the reason behind creating this office for Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi Residence Office has a clear mandate from the government. Let me first talk about the government vision.
Yes.
As any other governments, we are looking to attract the investor talent to come to invest in Abu Dhabi. But the reason of establishing Abu Dhabi Residence Office, it's not just to attract the investor, the investment, but also to attract the investor himself, along with his family, with his employee. The mandate of the office also to review any policy can impact residents or investor or talent. A policy could impact his decision either to stay or to leave the country. And also the engagement, the third mandate for the office to engage the investors, the talent with Abu Dhabi ecosystem.
So basically, Abu Abdullah, what you're saying is your office's vision and mission is cascaded down from the overall vision and mission of Abu Dhabi as an emirate. Can you describe for us the relationship with your office when it comes to other offices, for example, or entities in Abu Dhabi, like the Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development, like the policy setters in charge of real estate? I'm sure you have a relationship with them, right, to help achieve your mission and vision. Can you tell us more about it?
Abu Dhabi Residence Office is it's a sector under Abu Dhabi DED, or Abu Dhabi the Economic Department. When it comes to the vision or the mission, it's all aligned. The goal of Residence Office is Abu Dhabi economy. How we work together with the other entities within Abu Dhabi ecosystem, we do work with Department of Health, we do work with Abu Dhabi municipality, we do work with even private sector, semi government organization as well. So the goal Abu Dhabi economy, the goal residents, together we managed to put certain products, certain services to attract the target audience who we are targeting to come and live in Abu Dhabi. I'll give you example, talking about the policies you mentioned.
Yes.
One of the examples I want to mention here, the health insurance, for example. We faced many of the international investors when they decide to come here. During the process of having the visa, they need to have a health insurance.
True.
So this is one of the challenge we faced, or the investor faced previously, where Department of Health took a decision to review this policy. And also on the other side, we do a lot of surveys to understand the experience or the requirement of the investor and the talent in Abu Dhabi.
This is fascinating. So it's an entire ecosystem created to help develop the economy and create a fruitful ground to attract expatriates to settle down here.
Yes.
Right? Excellent. So can you tell us more? I checked the website. It's very impressive. Can you tell us more about the services you offer? So if I'm coming from abroad and I want to reside in Abu Dhabi, what kind of services your office would offer to the different types? And as you mentioned, the different target audiences that would like to relocate and settle down in Abu Dhabi.
Mohanad, we did study the entire journey of the investor, or the other even segments, or the expat who wants to come and live in Abu Dhabi. We went through the entire steps and we put it as a journey. And if we go through it, based on the steps he's going through, we could identify different services and different products. I'll give you example.
For example,
we do offer onboarding process. So for example, investor coming from UK and he wants to invest in Abu Dhabi. First, we are the first contact for him. So we receive him in Abu Dhabi. We introduce Abu Dhabi to him. Also, we engage him with the certain entities which can match his interest. Third, we take him also to discover the new places in Abu Dhabi, such as Yas Island. If he wants to buy a property, so based on our agreements with ADRO or Jubail or Bloom or other developers, so we can get him the right offer. Also, we have an agreement, for example, with one of the private sector who can provide him with a full package, starting from financing his investment until he finalizing the deal with the property. So we do a lot of servicing.
Amazing.
On the other hand, which is make us unique, honestly, based on the agreement we have with the private and with the government entities. So we have agreement with the business councils, for example. Let me say you are American investor wants to invest in Abu Dhabi, or talent who you want to live in Abu Dhabi. Also, we introduce you to the community which can match your thinking, where you can meet new people, such as Amsham, for example. So this is part of the services we do.
So it's from onboarding until actually introducing them to networks where they can nurture their talent or, settle down and feel at home.
Yeah,
basically.
At the end of the day, you want him to enjoy his time here.
Yes.
You don't want him to feel that he's lonely in the city.
I also heard an interesting story that you're also competing with us as real estate professionals. I heard that you personally, if you can tell us this story, if it's true, convinced an investor to buy a property within an hour?
Actually, it was his first time in Abu Dhabi. And always I prefer to meet expat who's coming to Abu Dhabi as a first time in Saadiyat Island.
You meet them personally?
I meet them personally.
Wow, okay.
So I met that investor in Saadiyat Island in one of the hotels, and we were talking about business and introducing Abu Dhabi to him. And he mentioned that was his first trip. So once he said that, I took him from his hand. I went with him to show him the beach, which is, in my view, it's the best beach in the world.
Yes.
After a while, we agreed and we shook hands, and he promised to buy a property in Abu Dhabi.
Very impressive.
I'm not competing with the real estate. I'm
supporting.
servicing them.
Yes, you're supporting the industry.
Yes.
But this is very impressive. It's a very good track record in 1 hour selling a property. What other stories inspire you as an executive director with a team, and you are tasked with a very big mission and a vision? I mean, this is very fascinating what you're doing. What inspires you? Are there any stories you can share with us, experiences like the one you just told me or shared with us? What makes you tick, you and your team? What excites you every day to go and do better, to promote Abu Dhabi and bring foreign direct investment and help people settle down here?
See, to be honest, Mohanad, Abu Dhabi always deserved more. And I'm coming from a background where I started my first job with multinational employees, and it's not easy to understand different mindset.
True.
So this is one of the, I would say it as a success story, to establish an office, to understand the requirement of different mindset to sit and to live in one city. It's not an easy task. For that reason, when we established the office, we made sure to hire people from different nationalities, including UAE national, by the way, because now you don't want the residents to sit away from the main understanding of the Abu Dhabi Emirate. So we have that right mix, different nationalities, including UAE national. We divided even the sector or the office to different departments. Each department can focus on certain sectors. And for example, today I have employees who's focusing only in health sector. So doing all the search, understanding if there is a new policy, doing a benchmark. So the success story here, we could manage within very short time to build a strong team where today we have more than 50 agreements with the private and semi-government entities. At the same time, we've been linking the expat with the local entities, not only for business, but also link them with the right community through, for example, business councils.
Yes, this is very impressive. A question that you're asked all the time, I'm sure, about the types of visas. I know everybody, and I think you told me once that it's became old news now, the golden visa. What are the types of visas that residents could expect or expatriates when they come and settle down? What are the type of visas they can get? And if you can tell us about also the process, because some people are watching maybe for the first time, how easy is it? What are the steps they have to follow? But first, the types of visas.
There are a number of type of visas. There's a green visa, there is a golden visa, and there is a visas which can help you to settle and live in Abu Dhabi, like a retirement visa, for example.
Can you tell us a bit about each one of them and what differentiates them?
Yeah, sure. First of all, let me highlight this. Now,
please.
We as residence office, we are facilitating the entire process. So we are not the entity in charge. So when we were given the task of promoting the visas to the local market and international market, we put one goal. The goal here that Abu Dhabi economy needs to benefit from different type of visas available today in the immigration authority, which reflect the entire UAE government. So talking about golden visa, there are different type of golden visa. There's an investment golden visa, real estate golden visa. There is entrepreneur and talent as well.
Okay.
I will not go through it in details, but this is the main categories. Yeah, exactly. How we promote the golden visas, we work closely with certain entities based on the sectors to promote them locally and internationally. And there is and we identify a digital process where I don't need to see the applicant. So all what he needs to do just to go through Abu Dhabi Residence Office website. He can choose and pick the right category for him. He can submit all the paper, and we did link the competent authority with our website to give the first nomination. Then as a residence office, we check the eligibility. Then we submit it on the immigration authority system on behalf of the applicant.
Wow.
Then the applicant will receive an official email from the immigration authority. So this is the golden visa. When it comes to the green visa, basically it's a 5 years visa targeting investor in different category, and non-working visa, the third type, basically the visa which can help residents who is not eligible for golden visa or green visa to stay and live in Abu Dhabi. As I mentioned, the retirement visa or the student visa, for example. So once we are talking about the visas and the visa process, one of the project we implement honestly in Abu Dhabi, the service center certification. So this is one of the project where we decided to put a certain requirement for the service centers, which well known in the local market by typing center.
Yes.
If they meet this requirement, they will be promoted by us. The reason here, we want to have one-stop shop for expat once they decide to come, to finish everything, all the process from A to Z.
Wow.
And today we have more than 7 centers, which is already also in our website, which can serve individual and corporate as well.
Amazing. So all I have to do, if I'm interested to apply, is to go online, just fill the form, and you will actually advocate.
Going online, Abu Dhabi Residence Office website, fill the form, submit your paper.
And you'll do the rest on their behalf.
And the good thing about it, let me assume if you are not eligible, you will not receive an email saying you are not eligible and that's it. You will receive a call from the team.
Wow.
Directing you, giving you other options, and they will help you to meet the requirement.
Amazing. This is really impressive. I didn't know this bit. This is very impressive. So just going back a little bit, you mentioned that in your team, you have dedicated teams for different verticals, like the health sector you mentioned. What's your target right now? Is there a specific sector that you're trying to attract or you feel is essential, or maybe multiple sectors that you're focusing on? Because I'm sure people watching would want to know if I'm in need or not to apply or not. So are there specific criteria that you look for, or sectors that you're trying to attract to Abu Dhabi?
See, there is, or there are 13 sectors which have been identified by the government, Abu Dhabi Economy Department. But the reason why we divided the task among the team, we want them to be expert in each sector. Like you, Mohanad, today you are expert in real estate. So,
yes.
And you are the right person to talk about it, to promote it, to answer any question. And this is what we were looking for when it comes to dividing the responsibility.
Makes sense.
So today I have expert when it comes to health, including they know what's happening on that sector in Abu Dhabi and internationally. They are responsible of benchmark. They are responsible of gathering the latest news and the update. So they are also responsible of answering any question from
that specific sector.
For that specific sector, yes.
Yeah, makes sense. It's a very good strategy, actually. They always say with great achievements come great challenges as well. So can you tell us about the achievements you're very proud of that you've achieved with your great team? And also, what are the key challenges, in your opinion, that you're facing?
Building a database, I keep calling it cream of the cream. When it comes to, we built a system, digital process for Golden Visa, where we could build the right database, which can be our reference for any survey, any feedback related to any policy. So that's one. Today also, if you go through a residence office website, you will find the right information of Abu Dhabi. Let me give you example. If someone wants to know how to get a driving license through website, it will take you through exactly the details of it, and there is a link which take you to Abu Dhabi police website to answer if you have any additional question.
Wow.
So we call it the guide, Abu Dhabi guide. Also, we did many projects related to CSR. Also, one of the projects which is very, very close to me, honestly, supporting the local talent, where we signed a number of agreements with different universities in Abu Dhabi, and I would name it, talking about Abu Dhabi University, for example,
Yes.
who took the lead, and they were the first university to sign with us. Today, Abu Dhabi University offering very special offers to all the talent student. So this is the key project, honestly, which really we are proud of.
You're really impacting people's lives. I always say when it comes to real estate, people don't buy properties, they buy the lifestyle. You're actually offering a complete experience, very positive experience. So thank you for this. I want to shift a little bit to a different category of audience. There is a fierce competition around the globe between all the global cities to attract foreign direct investments. And again, Abu Dhabi and the UAE is getting the lion's share of this. We're hearing it. Big organizations are coming to settle down. There is global interest from investors and corporations to come and settle down. So what do you offer this category, different than the individual residents? What kind of services and what kind of initiatives do you offer to attract foreign direct investment and big corporations to come and settle down in Abu Dhabi?
As I mentioned previously, onboarding services. So this is one.
But it's for companies, basically. Now
for companies and individuals as well.
Okay.
And individuals.
Yes.
As I mentioned, the details on the service. Let me go back to the Golden Visa, for example. I don't think there is anywhere around us can go to that details where we can pick the phone and call any applicant to give him or to explain to him the requirement, and if he's not meeting requirement or visa type A, so we offer him type B. Third, the engagement. It's one of our promises. If you decide to come, we're going to engage you with Abu Dhabi ecosystem for corporate and for individuals as well.
Wow.
I mentioned the onboard services. One of the services we do offer, I just want to highlight how we are detailed on these services. The investors who wants to register their kids in the school. So we offer even that. So we take care of the entire process until his kids start in the school he wanted. So I don't think the services can be found anywhere.
Yes, I agree. I've never heard of this anywhere else. And it's truly actually translates your name of your office. It's the residence office. It's actually everything they need to make sure that they settle down very comfortably to the smallest detail.
Actually,
as you
it
mentioned.
could be called expat offices. It could be called investor offices.
Yes.
It could be, but we call it residence office because that segment we're going to continue supporting him or her until him or her became a resident.
Yes. How old is the office now? How many years has it been?
3.5 years.
In 3.5 years, can you describe or share with us the journey? Like how satisfied are you with the achievements? Or can you share with us some numbers, some statistics, insights, things that, to show how much work you've done in such a short period of time?
See, we started the office with 2 employees. Today we are more than 35 employees.
Wow.
The number of engagement with the private and semi-organization or semi-government organization and the governments, huge. Today we are talking about more than 45 agreements being signed. If we talk about the nomination, how many people being nominated for Golden Visa, for example, with the support, of course, of the Federal Immigration Authority. So we talk about thousands.
Wow.
And the brand became well known in the local market, and we just started promoting it in the international market.
Honestly, when you said 3+ years, I felt it was way longer than that, which is a very good testament of all the achievements you've done.
The idea here, the idea here, as you mentioned, to sell the lifestyle, quality of life. Abu Dhabi became, I will not say one of the top international cities, but Abu Dhabi is a top of the other international cities. So today we have the top education council, we have the top healthcare, so there is no reason just not to promote it and to talk about it.
I'm sold, I agree. What is the advice you would give as the executive director of the Abu Dhabi Residence Office to any person who's already arrived to Abu Dhabi? In the first, let's say, month, what do you advise them to do to settle down and feel truly at home?
See, first, he or she needs to understand what he wants to do in Abu Dhabi. So this is first. Second, he's going to be one of the multi-international people living in Abu Dhabi. So he will not feel any difficulty to communicate with people, to live, to go out, to enjoy it. Third, I would say honestly, as the other said, when they came here, they surprised with what they've been seeing. So I would say don't miss it. You just come and try it yourself.
And embrace it, truly. Embrace the culture, embrace the opportunities it offers. I used to remember when I grew up, everybody used to talk about the American dream. And over time, we all discovered that this dream is not what we were promised. Right now, we're truly living the Abu Dhabi and the Emirati dream. Everybody are coming here, and I call it the land of opportunities. They can come and really realize their opportunities. Honestly, I wish I have hours to spend with you to talk about more topics. Any final message you want to give? Because we need to wrap up, but any final message you want to give out to residents who are here or people abroad? What do you advise them, or what do you want to send them as a message to encourage them? I know everybody is dreaming of coming to Abu Dhabi, but what is the final message you want to give to people who are watching this podcast to come and really be part of this great experience and lifestyle that Abu Dhabi is offering?
See, to be honest, the message I would say, if you are serious about your business, you need to come and live here. We had a number of meetings with different nationalities, different delegations. And all what I've been hearing, wow, this is the right city for me. As I mentioned in the morning, today we had meeting with one of the gaming institute who was the first trip for him in Abu Dhabi. And he didn't even complete 48 hours. And he decided already to move his business here. Couple of weeks ago, we met a delegation who's coming from a real estate or assets management sector. And within 3 weeks, he sent email saying, let us meet to discuss about the second step. So my message, if you are serious about your business, come to Abu Dhabi. You will find the right partner, the right opportunity for it to invest, and just don't miss it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It was an honor having you with us.
Thank you.
And I'm sure everybody will benefit a lot about the story, about the services, the initiatives that you're really working hard with your team to offer everybody around the world to get the opportunity to come here to Abu Dhabi and be part of this phenomenal city. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.